Alright guys, sorry for the poor lighting, but quick hotel room update. We've been in Thailand for a couple days now, and tomorrow we're supposed to leave really early to fly into Phuket. It's about an hour and a half flight. We leave our hotel about 7 a.m. Today we skipped the tour because it would have been otherwise like a couple of consecutive days of getting up super early. And today there was a tour that and maybe I'll do a video later on talking about maybe the pros and cons of doing a guided tour or a tour group versus just planning out your own tours and kind of doing everything solo. Maybe I'll do a video on that because this is my second tour experience, and I've had a few experiences traveling without a tour and just kind of planning things more a la carte to when you get to your destination. Definitely pros and cons to both. A big con for us, the thing with the guided tour, is less time to kind of obviously do you want to do your own sightseeing. You're on a schedule, and it's really hard to kind of break out of that unless you have like days to your own. So like the days like today, instead of going on the tour, we ended up just choosing to opt out of the tour. Now you want to make sure that there isn't a penalty for skipping a tour day, because sometimes depending on the country or the tour group, you have to pay a fee to skip the tour. So just have an FYI on that. But yeah, so the past couple of days, we started off with going to Bangkok, which is where we are now. We stayed there for 2 nights, came back after a day. We spent a day in Pattaya, which felt, I don't want to say pointless, but we just didn't have enough time there. So when we went there, it was 2 days after. The first couple of days was a lot of sightseeing at temples where you have to have your legs covered, and you can't have any spaghetti straps like this. And honestly, it's really humid here, so that can honestly be really hard to have to wear pants for guys or long dresses for women and be covered when it's like really hot and sticky, especially on a tour bus and you're all body heat and all of that. And then of course getting up really early. We just found that we spent a day traveling yesterday back from Pattaya to Bangkok, which is about close to 3 hours because the traffic is horrendous here. And so now we are back in Bangkok, and tomorrow we go to Phuket, and we have to, I think we have to leave at 7 a.m. So we have to like get up at like 5:45 a.m. Which is a little bit of a struggle at times, and it is what it is. And I think we're supposed to go back at like get up at 3 a.m. to go back to the airport on our final day. But I just want to come on here and update you guys. Today we just decided to do some shopping and kind of skip the tour, just because the tour would have been 2 hours there and 2 hours back. And if the last couple of days are anything to go by, we probably would only actually have been at the temple for like an hour, because that's already 5 hours. And now we are doing an optional tour, a dinner cruise in the evening tonight. So we decided just to do that. You do pay extra, of course, for the optional tours, so we decided just to do that. And then thankfully, after tomorrow flying into Phuket, it's pretty much mostly except for like one tour, mostly leisure time. So I guess they kind of make up for it at the end with mostly leisure time, where it's kind of like by the beach and whatnot. So maybe I'll come back on here and update you guys. I'm sorry, the lighting is not that great. Just got back a little bit tired from shopping, and then we'll do our dinner cruise. But yeah, so the first couple of days we spent seeing temples. We used UTO Vacation, which honestly, I don't know if I'd really recommend them. More to come later on that. I just felt like they were pretty disorganized compared to other tour companies that we've used in the past. I think Gate 1 does a really good job. We used them when we went to Europe. They were just more organized about things, not as chaotic. I know for us, we visited a sanctuary yesterday, and like pretty much all the temples on a lot of these attractions you have to be covered, which again is hard, and you know, humid weather. And our tour guide told people on the optional tour, which we weren't a part of, I think the first or second night, that we would be going to another place that had a similar dress code, and we weren't part of that tour, so we weren't included in that communication, so we didn't know. So I had to pay a deposit for like a sarong to kind of wrap around, and I got that money back, after returning it, whatever. So I guess they make you pay a deposit, and then, just in case you keep it, then you pay the deposit, you basically buy the item, return it, got my money back, so all was good. But it's just kind of like, it's a little frustrating when there's like lack of communication. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and update you guys. So the first couple of days spent at temples. Today we decided just to kind of take it easy because we already spent like 3 hours traveling. A lot of our time has been spent traveling in the bus, and sometimes it's like, like I get it, but at the same time it's just like, if we were to have done today's tour, we would have been traveling for another 4 hours, and then tomorrow we are flying out to Phuket, so that's another several hours of just traveling, being in a plane, being in a bus, not actually seeing sights. So we just kind of wanted a day to kind of do something ourselves. So but thankfully when we get to Phuket, get to spend some time on the beach and just kind of relax and kind of be able to enjoy that, so that's really cool. But otherwise it would have been just like 3 consecutive days of spending several hours inside a transportation vehicle of some type and getting up early. So it's just kind of like, you get to a point where you feel like it kind of takes a toll. But a really awesome thing is we get to see so many different like types of Japanese food here. And for those of you who know me, it's been like my dream to go to Japan. And so like we were really seriously talking about doing that, maybe our next Asian trip, maybe if not next fall, maybe the following spring. I'd love to go during Sakura season. But yes, just going to go up here and update you guys real fast. I'm probably going to relax because we have a dinner cruise coming up, but I'm going to go ahead and capture some footage on that and then kind of do another video. And unfortunately when we go home, we have to leave the hotel at like 3 a.m., which is not exciting at all because I cannot sleep on the airplane. But yeah, so we passed on I think it's Anthuteya, I think that's what it's called, but got some really fun souvenirs while we're out shopping. Instead, got to spend a little bit more time, see some of the nightlife last night, which honestly isn't really my thing. I'm not super into loud crowds. It was supposed to be a shopping district, but it was mostly just kind of like like a very like partying vibe, which if that's your thing, no judgment. It's just not really for me. I'm a total introvert. I get a headache if I'm in a crowded, loud space for too long, so I can't do it for extended periods of time. So yeah, but my dad got to try some laughing gas. Laughing gas, if you know, you know. And then of course they had a bunch of cannabis stuff. They had, of course, bars, super loud music. Just wasn't really for me, but he enjoyed it, he had fun. If you're an extrovert, you might probably really like it. I get emotionally overwhelmed, and so I don't know. But we have one more night in Bangkok when we come back from Phuket. I don't know why we can't fly directly back home from Phuket, so we're going to Phuket from Bangkok for a couple days, coming back to Bangkok for one more night, and then we fly home. So tomorrow we fly out to Phuket, and then we have one more day after that, and I think the following day we leave. I have to double check their itinerary, but I think it's like a total of 9 days, including the travel and all that. And then we have a stop in I think it was Narita Airport, because we stopped in Japan, Narita Japanese airport on the way to Thailand, had a layover for a couple hours, and then flew into Bangkok. So the flight time was a total of 16 hours, so it was a little hard, but it was kind of nice to have kind of that breakup time, like, you know, after 10 hours you get to kind of stand up, stretch, get your connecting flight and kind of move around rather than just being stuck on like a one-way for 16 hours straight. It's kind of difficult. But yeah, just being real tired. It's still kind of hard for me with the time difference and all that, but I'm getting there, I think. Don't want to make this video too long, but I'm including a montage, pretty much mostly just Bangkok, like a day in Pattaya and Phuket, since we didn't do the tour to Anthea. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but we just didn't want to spend 4 hours on the bus today. So but just double check, the previous tour we were thinking about doing had a penalty. I think it was like $100 a day per person penalty if you decide to skip the tour, which I get it, but seems like another way to make money. I think if we were to come back here again, I think we would just book a la carte, because a lot of signs and things are like that are in English, and it's fairly easy to kind of get by. But I definitely think, yeah, it's save a lot of time by booking your own tours and stuff like that. Because you just, I don't know, you just get very little time when you're in a tour group. We went to Pattaya. They literally showed us the view of the beach, took us back to the hotel. Some folks who had opted into the cabaret show, which my dad and his girlfriend went to, some folks did that, and then we left early-ish the next day. So we didn't even really, we drove 2 hours out to Pattaya. They showed us the view, dropped us off at the hotel. We had maybe a few hours, and for the folks who decided to do the optional tour, they went to the cabaret show and then came back to Bangkok like literally the next day. So there was like, I don't know, there wasn't really a whole lot of time there. That was a little disappointing, but I am excited for Phuket, and yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hey vlog! So we're about to go on the boat for a dinner cruise. It's gonna be really awesome. Didn't have time to change, but you know, we're just we're going with it. There's some good lighting. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's right. It's in my video, man. So, yep, that's what we're doing right now.
All the tables.
Yeah.
Somebody does
Patiently waiting. Yes, I'm doing video now. But yeah, we're just sitting here waiting. Our cruise ship is supposed to come here in a few minutes and take us on a dinner cruise, and then tomorrow we get on the plane to Phuket or Phuket, whichever you prefer. Yeah. We just found out that we have to leave some of our luggage at the hotel when we go to Phuket for 3 days, which is kind of a pain, kind of a disorganized mess, hot mess, however you want to say it. But it's a little bit frustrating just because, you know, we only have a couple hours. We get up at 7 a.m. We get back to the hotel from the cruise at 9:30, and then now we're going to have to compact our suitcases, figure out what we want to take, because we're flying back after 2.5 days from Phuket to fly out home from Bangkok. So we're gonna have to only take one luggage just because they have a weight limit for regional flights, which is more restrictive than international flights. But we just wish that we knew about it sooner so we could have planned ahead and not scramble scramble the night before. We have to get up super early, so that's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. So what are you gonna do? I don't know. It's how it's gonna be, I guess.
It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. Just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh.
All right, so they give you, looks like an espresso, toaster, water steamer, microwave. I can think for a minute. Oh, we could have used that in our last hotel room, but that's good to know because I actually have something I'm gonna microwave as a snack. So this is a kitchenette, super nice. They required a deposit, which is kind of annoying. It was like 3,000 baht, which is, I don't know, around 100 USD. But this is the setup. It's super nice. This is the bathroom, currently occupied. So that's the entrance. So it's like a little suite, and I get it. It took forever to check in. I honestly, personally wouldn't use this tour company again, UTO. They don't have the best reviews, notorious for overcharging on adding on extra deposits, even if you book way in advance. Deposits, fees, they want you to kind of like recuperate. Excuse me, I look super tired. I had to get up super early for the flight from Bangkok to Phuket. So I'm so tired. So we're gonna take a nap shortly. But I just wanted to show you the room. I love it already because it's very tropical. So it's kind of outside, not super pretty. It's just like a bunch of construction. Yeah, so I just wouldn't use UTO again. It doesn't bother my dad because I guess he got a cheap rate. But personally, like just for the level of service that we've gotten, I'd honestly rather just book out everything myself because at least I'm in the know and in more control over what's happening. Like I guess like so you can justify, oh well, it's super cheap, you can't expect much, but it still wasn't that cheap. It's a tour group, you know. So I mean, if your goal is to save money, you may as well just use tripmasters.com and you can book your own flights, connections, taxis, tours, flights, train rides, anything that you need, hotel, of course. So you may as well honestly do it that way versus doing a tour group, just because, you know, again, if you're gonna pay, if you want something cheap, I mean, you may as well just do it that way, you know. But I had a really great experience with Gate 1, but UTOs, I know. You're gonna hear me throughout this vlog complaining about them because it's so bad. Like the check-in process was ridiculous. None of us even know like what our itinerary is. The itineraries were wrong. Like there was a pearl factory stop for the optional elephant sanctuary tour, and the pricing was different on our tour guide's memo versus the one that we got. And ours, it didn't even mention any tour for the pearl factory. Like, so it's just like a whole hot mess. And I know it's not the tour guide's fault, like it's the company, but that's just like so bad. The communication is just terrible. At least just if you go through something like TripMasters, you at least are in control of your itinerary and at least know what to expect and what's happening. But with this tour company, they don't tell you. They didn't tell us that we had to pack. They told us late last night we had to be up at like 5:45 a.m. and they didn't tell us till the night before about all these like luggage limitations for these regional airports. They didn't tell us anything about that, so they were saying to leave our luggages at the hotel because we're going back there on our last day before we fly home. We're going back to the same hotel we started it in Bangkok because we're in Phuket. So we're going back to the same hotel, so we compiled whatever we didn't need for the next couple of days and stuck it in one luggage just to kind of condense. But we were only told this like literally the night before, and so it was just, I had to stay up late doing it. I didn't get to bed till like midnight because they didn't let us know until like the day before. The night before, we were actually on a optional excursion, and that didn't end until like almost 10 o'clock. We didn't get back to probably after 10 o'clock, 10:15, 10:30. We didn't get back to our hotel, so we literally had to like figure out the luggage situation before we left because we had to leave super early. So it was just kind of a cluster. I mean, it's just like you're on vacation, it shouldn't be this stressful, you know? So yeah, I would either use a much better tour company or just do it yourself. Because honestly, I'm just feeling wrecked by all these early start times. We booked another optional tour, which sounded like they included lunch, but it apparently is an all-day thing, and we once again have to get up at like probably 5:45 in the morning for it to get ready and all that. So it's just and we're not gonna be back till like 5. So you just spend so much time traveling in a bus, train, and I know obviously sometimes it's not avoidable, but it just seems like a good 50% of what we're doing is just in a bus transportation. So you honestly, you might be better off booking your own stuff. Just FYI.
Oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, oh. Still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day.
It's dark! Oh, hi kitty! Hi, you are a pretty kitty. Can I pet you?
Oh, another color code.
Hi! Hi!
She's nursing. Look at her.
Aww.
She probably has litter around here someplace.
There's sweet kitty. Hi, kitty. Oh, hi. You little kitty. See if I can.
Hi.
You saying hi to the kitty?
Hi, kitty.
Oh. My camera shutter. Okay. Alright.
Someone donated a US dollar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You can donate your US dollar there.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Donate your US dollar. So you really want to do that?
I'll get rid of my $1 US.
Okay.
Take it.
So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Where I'd rather be than with you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden, are gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden. You're not really looking for a friend, so at the top for me. Never thought that loving would be easy, but it's all for free. Won't cost a thing, so it's yours, worth the try. Oh, this is the real thing, I'm down if you're down, boy. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden, are gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to you, get next to you. Get next to me, get next to me.
Hi, kitty.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. the same color?
Yeah, pet him. Pet him. Hi.
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 Feels like the two of us are golden and gold, you see. What do you got, so take a chance, take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. What do you got, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden. Feels like the two of us are golden and gold, you see. What do you got, so take a chance, take
First, we get together. Alright?
Smile, Patrick.
Smallest and small สามารถลงไปได้เลยไหมจ๊ะ
You alright? Yeah.
Hey, tiger.
Both hands, no problem. This one a girl,
The girl.
2 years old. Achiu. Achiuเลย You can call this one ไข่มุก
Into my phone.
You can try to do with the tail. Hold the tail.
a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. What do you got, 'cause I am gold, I'm golden.
Oh, okay.
You have touch. Listen, wash your face.
Oh, yeah.
I was at the wrong place at the right time. 'Cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing into the night sky. When you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights, talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down.
บังไม่มีมีนี่
He knows you're a cat person. Oh, that look is priceless.
ใครฉีดน้ำไหมเนี่ยผมเองขี้อ่ะไม่มันร้อนใครเจอปะ
All those years of eating cat food paid off.
เราเจอ
I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder.
I'll put on my headphones so
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah,
I'll watch something on YouTube and I won't distract you, man.
yeah. Okay.
How does that sound?
Better, bud.
Nope. Don't smack my
Yep.
butt.
Let me know when you start playing something.
Alright. Hold on one sec. Doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, started playing something.
Okay. Okay. And stop.
I found a perfect girl. She's from another world. She puts a smile on my face.